Welcome. Thank you everyone for joining us. My name is Kimberly Kouame. I work at Rotary International headquarters on the Learning and Development team, and I've been working at Rotary now for 15 years training members. So welcome, and let's get started. So why should you use the Learning Center? First of all, it's customized to you based on your language, your role, your district, your zone. You can further customize the experience by creating a favorites list to easily reference the documents that you want most. Find the most up-to-date content. When I started at Rotary, this team was creating PDF manuals for every club role and some of the district roles. And we would print them and mail them out, and they would always be out of date by the time they were delivered. But with the Learning Center and using technology, we're able to keep the courses more up to date, and there are several ways that you can tell when things have been updated. You can also track your own progress. Download certificates for courses or series of courses known as learning plans, and you can compete with other members for the most points using our global, zone, and district leaderboards. Finally, you can learn more about Rotary to maximize your member experience. So let's get started. Before we get into this, I just wanted to give a little bit of background on where we've been. In 2012, we launched our first Learning Center. That was 10 years ago. And we started mostly with some courses to explain Rotary's new grant model. And we built out additional content from there. But in August 2018, we launched on a new platform with 300 courses. That's the current Learning Center we have today. Currently, we have more than 1,000 courses in over 20 languages. And I just want to talk about moving this to this platform allowed us so many more features, such as virtual badges, the ability to allow districts to view reports. And it's opened up so many possibilities, especially in terms of social learning and member sharing. So just some quick housekeeping things. The best way to connect to the Learning Center would be to use one of these 4 browsers. In addition to using these browsers, think about your computer as something that needs regular care, and sometimes these browsers need to be updated for you to have the optimal experience in the Learning Center. So if you are experiencing some difficulties, try relaunching your browser and updating it, and that might solve your problems. To get to the Learning Center, all of you have been here before, but there are 2 ways. So once you log in to My Rotary, you can go to Learning and Reference and then click Learning Center down here. Or you can simply type in your browser, rotary.org/learn. It'll ask you to log in and take you directly to the Learning Center. So one of the things to know is if you've never been to the Learning Center before, you must use one of these 2 ways to get in for the first time to create your account. And once you've created your account, you'll get into the Learning Center. It'll ask you to accept the privacy policy, and then you can continue to this homepage, which is our course catalogs. Course catalogs include the courses you can choose to enroll in. Learners can browse by course, topic on the top, or by language on the bottom. One other thing to note is if you log in and you see a screen that looks like this, this is a page for our non-members. And if you're seeing this page and you're a member, a Rotarian or a Rotaractor, what that means is your member account that your club has on you uses a different email address than your My Rotary account. And you'll just need to reach out to learn@rotary.org to get that resolved. We can merge your accounts and attach the member account to the email address that you'd like to use going forward. So again, this is our non-member page for people like our Rotary Peace Fellows, are interactors who are able to get into my Rotary, alumni, and Global Grant Scholars. We try to keep it simple for our non-members, again, customizing that experience so they're not completely overwhelmed. Also great to know is anybody can create a My Rotary account. So even if you have some prospective members that would like to learn more about Rotary, you can send them here, have them create a My Rotary account, and they can get access to these courses to learn more about Rotary. And finally, we also have a mobile experience. I will say, in order to get onto the mobile experience, you will have to download a GoLearn app. So you're always going to want to go into Chrome on your phone and click my.rotary.org. You're going to go to sign in. Then you're going to choose Learning and Reference and Learning Center. And it's going to take you to this instruction page here. And if you've never used the mobile app before, you're going to have to click no, that you don't have the app, and it's going to direct you to either your App Store or your Google Play Store. Once you've downloaded it, then you're going to come back to this page and click yes. Or on the bottom here, you can click continue to the Learning Center. And it will take you to the course catalog, which is going to look something like this. Unfortunately, if you get an email from Rotary and you click on a link on your mobile device, it's not going to work just yet, but we are working on getting that functionality up and running, so you can look out for that soon. All right, so let's switch gears a little bit and look at what kind of content is in the Learning Center. So again, like I said, these boxes are all course catalogs, and these ones on top are arranged by topic. And what you see here is based on your language. So I'm an English language user, so all of my catalogs show up in English. But if your browser is set to Spanish, all these catalogs will show you the Spanish courses. And then if you wanted to find courses in other languages, you can click down here, courses in additional languages. And you would be able to see all the other courses we offer. I also wanted to say that the Learning Center is intended to cover basic information like Rotary policies, role-based courses that cover what's in the RI and Rotary Foundation Code of Policies and bylaws. And then we have some basic professional development courses as well. But our hope is that this gives our members a strong base of knowledge, and live training conducted by clubs, districts, and zones can build on what's in the Learning Center, focusing on regional issues and how to take action to implement what was learned. So let's take a look at our first course catalog about Rotary. This is a great catalog for new members. So if you have some new members and you want them to learn more about Rotary, I would recommend sending them to this course catalog. Rotary Basics and the Rotary Foundation Basics are a really great place for them to get started, but any of these courses would be great. We also, you can see, have two courses to help you get started with the Learning Center. So if you want to become more of an expert on the features in the Learning Center, you can take one of these two courses here. So while we're in this catalog about Rotary, I wanted to point out that all of these catalog pages have filters. You can filter by category or by type, enrollment status, language, and duration. So on the right here, you can also switch if it's organized in alphabetical order from A to Z, Z to A. You can organize newest to oldest and oldest to newest. Essentially, in the Learning Center, we're using e-learning, those are individual courses, and we're using learning plans, which are a group of courses based on a topic or a role. So next we have our club leadership catalog. And now this is really relevant for this time of year as all our club officers are getting trained. But you can see here that club administration committee basics, club membership committee basics. And here there are 8 courses, and it takes about 2 hours and 45 minutes to complete. That's an estimate. And we're not asking for anyone to complete all of these courses at once, but for your role to slowly go through each course and learn more as you prepare in your elect year. Well, let's take a look at what a learning plan looks like. I will also say that these courses are written for both Rotarians and Rotaractors. So if you're a Rotaract Club president or a Rotary Club president, these courses are going to be written for you. We are also in the process of updating all of our club officer courses, and they will be ready in July, but we will be adding some additional information around Rotaract as well as we continue to launch that as a full program. But let's take a look at the Club President Basics Learning Plan. So there's a little bit of a description up here. You can see your progress in the top right. And then there's the list of courses on the bottom. So you can see that I've started this first course, Getting Started with the Learning Center, but I haven't completed it yet. So this is probably where I want to pick up. But I've already completed 2 of these courses. And some of these courses will appear as completed for you if you're coming into this learning plan for the first time, especially if you've completed some other individual courses on your own. And that's the beauty of this system, is that once you complete a course, it's always going to appear as completed. So as you move through different roles in Rotary, these learning plans will get a lot shorter for you, but you might want to keep them for reference as materials get updated and refer back to them whenever you need that information. So if we go into one of these courses, this is Getting Started with the Learning Center. On the right panel here is all the course materials that you need to complete in order for this course to be marked as complete. No check marks means you have never looked at that item before. The orange check marks mean that I opened it, but I have not finished it. And the blue check mark means that it's complete. And every course, you'll notice, has a course evaluation. Now, if you click this button, it will pop up with the survey. However, you do not need to fill out the survey every time you complete a course, but we do appreciate if something seems broken or it's not working, or you don't think that the content was the right content for the course. We'd love to hear that feedback, because we will take that and do something with it later on. So definitely click this button every time. It will complete your course just by clicking the button. It is optional. On the bottom here, every course has a course description, but more importantly, you'll see this says updated in April 2021. So here's your first indication of whether a course has been updated. You'll note that here, and if you had completed this course already, it's always going to show up as complete, but 1 or 2 of these items may not have a check mark anymore. That will be your indication that that material was swapped out. And then some courses, not all, will have another box on the bottom with additional resources. These are just reference materials that you can choose to go more in depth on the topic, but they're not going to impact the completion of this course. Okay. Next, we're going to take a look at the service catalog. This has a ton of courses for grants, so your grant management seminar, your grant management recertification. Some districts do ask that club members complete these online courses as part of qualification for the grant management, but not all of them do. So check with your district leaders before taking that. We also overlap some courses. You can see the Club Service Project Committee Basics is here. So there's a mix of things to help with your service projects and also our district committees. The Rotary Foundation catalog also has your grant management seminars and district and club leadership roles. But we also have things like foundation basics, fundraising basics, and our newest course, The Power of Giving. My favorite catalog is the Professional Development Catalog. If you're interested in building skills, this is the place to go. About a year and a half ago, we posted a series of courses that Toastmasters International built for us. There are 4 communication and 4 leadership courses here, but these make really great club programs. So if you have a lot of young members in your club who want to practice their communication skills, for example, having members take these courses on the Learning Center and then allowing them space to do their projects and get feedback at your club meetings. For example, having several of the members present 5 to 7 minute speeches so that the participants listening can give them feedback so they can continue to learn and grow from that experience is a great way to develop skills of your members. We also have a lot of courses for trainers and then for generic skills like conflict management, learning about unconscious bias. DEI is a very huge topic in professional development, and I'll take a look at some of our newer learning plans here. We have a Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Basics learning plan and a Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Intermediate learning plan. So the Basics covers 4 courses. Again, some of these courses you may have completed already, so it won't be like you'd have to complete everything. And then the other one kind of looks more, so the first one looks more at the individual, and the next one looks more about how to lead change, create an inclusive club, and diversify your members. So I highly recommend checking out the Professional Development Catalog. There's a lot of opportunities there to grow as a member. So that was a short preview, and I just wanted to say, again, we have approximately 150 courses available to all members in English. We post this course catalog here on My Rotary. We update it approximately 4 times a year. And here you can see the blue text is a link. If you click that link on your desktop, you will get right into this Club Administration Committee Basics Learning Plan. This column here will tell you if it is available for our non-members so that you can guide prospective members on which courses that are available to them. This column will tell you what languages it's offered in. And this status column will tell you if it's changed since the last time we've updated this course or this catalog. And we encourage you to use these links to post them on your websites. I also have another document with links that we'll take a look at in a minute, but you can add the links that we have provided to your websites. These are deep links. They're especially created to work with the single sign-on for My Rotary. So using the chat feature, what content are you most interested in for your position in Rotary? Are you looking at club and district leadership courses? Are you looking more to learn about Rotary? Oh, and here's a poll. You can vote on it. Choose as many as you'd like. We're interested to hear what you're interested in. So it looks like people are still voting. I'm going to give it a few more seconds. All right. And I'm going to end the poll. And it looks like club and district leadership is the most relevant topic for this group, next to professional development. Okay, that's great. So let's dive a little bit deeper and look at some of the features that the Learning Center offers. So first, I've taken you and showed you in depth the course catalog. That's our homepage here. But if you go up to the top left next to the Rotary logo, there's 3 little lines, and that's the menu. And the menu is going to pull up this list of pages on the right. So you can see where we were at the course catalog homepage. And we'll go through each of these pages in a little more detail. So the My Dashboard page is where your virtual badges and leaderboards are going to show up. It's also just a kind of a dashboard page to show you all the courses that you've personally enrolled in. So if you're wondering which courses you have in progress, you can go to your My Dashboard page and go through the list and complete the courses you haven't completed yet. But your virtual badges and leaderboards can be found in the My Achievements box. You can see it'll usually show up as badges. But if you click the leaderboard button, it'll come over here. So every badge is assigned points, and those points feed into the leaderboard. Most badges are earned for completing courses and learning plans. So after you complete your first course, you get a badge. After you complete 5 courses, you get another badge, and the points add up from there. And then every time you complete a learning plan, you can earn additional points. There's some other points you can add for asking questions and some other things, and that's what that little cap is for, the purple badge there. It's for asking questions, and I'll show you that page in a second. But if you come up here to the top and visit this trophy, it will actually pull down 3 leaderboards for you. You can see a leaderboard for global, zone, and district. And it's only going to show the top 10 people in those groups. It'll tell you what number you fall on in that group, but it'll only ever show the top 10. So learning topics is the next page. This is our social learning feature. This is a really exciting feature for me because if any of you are familiar with my discussions on my Rotary, that's a great place to discuss specific topics. And I've seen people try to upload Excel documents or PowerPoints there, and they're very hard to find if you get too many people discussing the topic. But here, the Learning Center, this page is meant to share resources. That's the main focus. You can download these resources that others have shared. You can discuss them. You can invite people to view them. And you can add them to your favorite list. Again, this is a way you can customize the system. And the system is customized to you. So everybody's going to have a different page here. Everybody will have these recent activities and the new invitations and enrollments. But these learning topics shift often. So here you can see the 2020 virtual convention breakout presentations, but that gets taken down and the 2021 virtual convention breakout presentations goes up. And so we continue to keep this a living space. If we go into the learning topic, so I'm coming into this meeting online learning topic. This was created very quickly when we went into lockdown in March of 2020, so that Rotary clubs would continue meeting and they would have some resources to reference. So you can see that districts have posted materials and staff have posted materials from Rotary. What's great about this is we can see this material here was viewed over 250 times. And you can rate them with a 5-star system. So we can see how well it's being, how well it's liked in the field, compared to something down here that only has 11 views and a 2.0 star rating. So every year we try to clean this site up and remove things that people don't seem to like very much or aren't using as much, and make space for things that are more useful. Or if policies change, we will remove items as well. But let's take a look. If we clicked on one of these items, we're going to see the item here. In the top right, there's these buttons, and I've popped them out so we can see them better. This first one is going to change your view, so it will widen your screen, give you more space to see the material. This lines with the plus button is adding it to your favorites. So like I said, you can create your own favorite list. I recommend creating them and saving them privately. But for example, you can have a membership favorite list, a professional development favorite list, a service favorite list. You can organize it however you would like. And then you can invite people to view. So there's people with the plus sign. You can find people who are also in the Learning Center that you want to see this. When you invite them to view, it will pop up on their first topic, which is new invitations and enrollments. So it'll be right front and center for them when they get there. You can download this to your own computer. So I can click the down arrow and save it to my computer. And then if you upload something, you have the ability to edit it. Here you can see who published it on what date. You can see the number of views, and you can rate it with a 5-star rating. And then below here, you can ask a question and provide feedback. And I will show you the question and answer page in a second, where it's easier to see who's had questions. But before we do that, let's check out my favorite list. So this page houses anything that you've uploaded to the site. Now you can upload things to a topic that is available for you and open for you. All the topics are set up differently. Some, only the experts or the moderators can upload materials, and others, more people can upload and share resources. And sometimes your material won't be posted right away because it's off for peer review. So every learning topic is set a little differently, but everything you upload will be saved here. And here's a neat little trick. One time I was trying to share a PowerPoint with a member, and it was too large to upload and send by email. So I was able to upload the document to a learning topic, not save it. You have the option to save it privately, or to just invite one person to view it. And I was able to do that, and they were able to download the presentation from the Learning Center. So here, I've gone to my favorites page, and I didn't want to see all the materials I've uploaded because I've uploaded a lot. So I clicked on filters, and I chose the favorite list type. And you can see it's listed as favorite list on the bottom, and it has multiple layers behind it. So here I have a membership of virtual events. I have all different kinds of favorite lists. And then you can see here, there's 3 little dots at the bottom. If I click that, I can add this asset to my favorite list. I can invite others to watch. And here's another thing, another way to customize this is you can hide this. If you don't think it's useful and you don't want to be bombarded by this every time you come to the Learning Center, you can hide this resource so you don't see it anymore. So it cleans up your space for you. And I had mentioned that there are some learning plan deep links. So if you wanted to get the direct deep links to some of those learning plans to put on your club or district websites, you can find that document in learning topics under Rotary Trainers. Next, we're going to go to the question and answer page. So you remember you can ask a question about a resource. So you can see here, this person asked a question about the Learning Center presentation. And you can see that there are 2 answers. Only one appears until you click the View All Answers. And then this will open up. People can like the response or dislike the response. Anybody can answer the questions that you see. Now, this person asked a question based on the district trainer best practices learning topic. They went to this button up here, which looks like a graduation cap on the top right, and they chose the topic they had a question about, and they were able to ask a question there. And again, this page has filters. So you can filter by new questions, only the questions you've asked. You can filter by question type or by topic. You can see that the topics here, meeting online is one of the topics I have access to, so that's going to come up for me. Again, this page is highly customized to your zone or district, because your districts and zones might have a learning topic just for the members in that region. It's customized by language. So depending on what language you speak, you might see different learning topics. So let's see, the last page is the My Activities page. So here, you really want to focus on these tabs here. So this first page is your overall statistics, and you could scroll down to see some more data. Quick overview of how many courses you've completed, in progress, and haven't started. But the more important thing is, if you're ever looking for your certificate for a course you completed, and maybe you're inside the course and it's not pulling for you, but the course is showing as complete, you can come to your My Activities page and click Courses, this Courses tab. And this is going to pull up all the courses you're enrolled in and where you are. And you can see I have this one complete here. And this black ribbon is what you want to click on, and that's going to download your certificate. Now you can just keep them in here for reference, or you can download them to your computer. And this page is going to look similar for learning plans. And if you've completed a learning plan, you can go to this black ribbon and click on that to get your learning plan certificate. You can also see your badges from here as well, if you wanted to explore badges and learning plan or leaderboards from here. So before we get into questions, I just wanted to remind you on a couple of ways to stay connected. So in addition to the course catalog that we post on My Rotary, we have a newsletter, a monthly e-newsletter called Training Talk. It's translated into Spanish, French, and Portuguese. We put a lot of tips and updates about the Learning Center here, and overall just training related stories. So we highly recommend you take a look at that, and you can check the chat. My team will be posting the link there if you want to sign up. And finally, we have a Facebook page. Please like us on Facebook, visit us. I'm always posting if we have a new course or a revised course, any tips or tricks, or I'm also always looking for people who want to help us test these courses. One of the great things about this is we won't publish a course until it's been tested by our members. So if we're building a brand new course, we're looking for people to complete it, to let us know if we have the right content, if we're missing anything, if it's functioning correctly, if the links are working, all of that. And so we really look to our members to help us make sure that we're putting out the best content for you. And that link will go in the chat as well. So for now, we're going to take some questions. But if you have any question that doesn't get answered, or if you get into the Learning Center and you're having any trouble, email us at learn@rotary.org, and we're always happy to help. So my colleague, Mary Clark, is gonna give me some questions that you've all been asking.
First, Kim, Doug would like to know, as district trainers, can we create custom learning plans for district chairs and club leaders, then monitor them for completion as members?
Absolutely. So a couple of things. We do, again, this is customized based on your role. So if you are a district governor, current or incoming district trainer, district membership chair, or district Rotary Foundation chair, you are automatically enrolled in a course called Access to Learning Center Reports. That course can be found on your My Dashboard page. And especially if you filter it A to Z, it'll pop up really quickly. You complete that course and you're going to get access to reports for the members in your district. And then if you wanted to organize a group of courses for your district members, that is absolutely something we can help you with. You're just going to want to email learn@rotary.org and we can get you set up. But yes, the district can choose a group of courses, can choose the titles they want to use. I have one district who is who's offering a professional development series, and they have 2 learning plans for that series. So there's a required one and an optional one, and they use the reports to track progress on that series. So absolutely. Thanks, Doug.
Yes, and as Doug mentioned, doing this could help an in-person training session so that everybody comes in at the same knowledge level. So thanks for that question, Doug. Also, second question from Doug, is there a way that the district governor or club president could download a member certificate for presentation to them at a meeting? This might motivate people to participate and be recognized.
Yeah, so unfortunately, the certificates are only available by the individual. But certainly, I have seen people require the member email the certificate to the trainer. And in that sense, then you can print the certificate and present it during a meeting. But that's how it would have to work. We've done some research and surveys about what our members are looking for, and our younger members tend to look for more professional development opportunities. And what you're going to find in there are courses that are written to any situation, so they can apply to your work situation, to your Rotary situation, just to you personally. They're not really written about Rotary. So I think that's the nice part about that. But also, if your Rotaract Club wants to do the Toastmasters program and really get involved with the leadership series and the communication series, all of those courses require that you do a project at the end of completing the content and that you get feedback. So if you're leading a team and you're going to use that as your project for one of the leadership courses, that you ask a couple of your team members to provide feedback at the end, so you can continue to learn and grow and become a better leader. So those are the 2 that I highly recommend.
Great, thanks, Kim. And then I think our final question that we have is from David, and he wants to know, are folks using info on the Learning Center to build asynchronous or hybrid courses using Canvas?
Not that I know of, although some districts are doing their own thing. I know a few districts that use another Learning Center to supplement what we have here, and they link back to this Learning Center. I also know a few districts that do, ask people to take content on the Learning Center and maybe follow up with a webinar. But I haven't heard of anybody using Canva for that reason. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, and please feel free to reach out to us. We're here for you. And so if you have feedback, if you have questions, don't hesitate, contact learn@rotary.org.